provide him with the best sporting project?
You mentioned Madrid, right?
Yeah, Madrid, United, Liverpool, City, and Bayern Munich.
I think Madrid, and there's one reason why the project at Madrid is evidently and clearly surrounded with youngsters. They're relying more on the youth. Of course, it'll be a fight for a spot considering the level of talent at Real Madrid. But honestly, with a club like Real Madrid, you can't expect anything less. So I think Madrid offers him the best chance of trophies, the best chance of success, and certainly it's going to be a big move for a young man, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive move for Jude Bellingham. I mean, and I have to agree with you there. And let me just get into my point with this. When you look at the team that Madrid possesses, right, any team can make a great financial offer for him, but this will come down to what sporting project is going to work well for him. He's 19 years old. He's going to want to slot into something, not easily, but, you know, with enough competition where he has to be on his toes, has to be on form. Jude Bellingham will look at Real Madrid and say, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, they still have Modric, they still have Cruz. There's Valverde, Ceballos is still there. That's a good core. If I'm injured, they have good depth behind them. You can look at Man United and say they've got Casemiro, one of the world's best holding midfielders. They got Eriksen, Bruno, not bad. Behind that they have McTominay, Donny, Fred. It could be better. But if I am injured, there is replacement. There is Zidane Iqbal, who Erik ten Hag is in love with, who he loves to the extent more than he did with some other academy players. Not gonna mention them now. Then you look at a team like Liverpool, who are said to be the front runners for the Englishman, and when you look at their midfield, yeah, sure, Thiago, Fabinho, Henderson, okay, he can get into that midfield, but after an injury, who's gonna replace him? If two players are injured, we know Thiago has his injury problems. Will Keita replace him? Will Ox replace him? Will Milner replace him? Will Harvey Elliott replace him? That's just not the most enticing. I think Liverpool would have to go out into the market, get a midfielder, and then reach out to Bellingham and say, this is the project. We've got the depth behind you in case, and we have the depth in case you don't perform. With Bayern Munich, I think Bayern just won't pay the price and will just distance themselves, even though I would love to see a midfield of Musiala, Bellingham, and Kimmich.
I think you're absolutely spot on there, because we all want to see good midfield combinations, especially one centered around the youth, you know. But as I said, like I can't see him joining. I can't see him making the switch from.
I can't see it.
2 by.
Yeah, I cannot see it. And just so quick with the Champions League news this evening, we all saw Julian Lopetegui has been sacked from Seville. Sky Sports reporter Lyle Thomas has been on that for weeks, saying how he is the primary target to replace, I nearly said Nuno there, Bruno Lage at Wolverhampton Wanderers. And also Ralph Hasenhüttl may be on his way out to Southampton. We've seen the results that are happening there, and it could be a massive managerial domino. Steve Cooper could be out of Nottingham Forest. Names Rafa Benitez, Sean Dyche. Now Julian Lopetegui. We've seen Lopetegui as Spain manager, as Sevilla manager before he became Spain and Real Madrid manager. Would he be a good fit for Wolves at this point in the season?
Honestly, I can't say, because it's clear that when a club doesn't have confidence in you, right, especially a club with good players, a club with players that are in European football, you honestly expect yourself to be contending. Any team in Europe should expect themselves reasonably to be contending. And because they're not, Lopetegui has been sacked because of a string of bad results. We can't honestly blame them for it, because what else are you going to do? with a manager like that, or with a manager that isn't performing to your expectations, right? You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to say he won't be a good fit for Wolves. Wolves are struggling for goals. We've certainly seen that he's a man that can get his team scoring goals, but I'm just not confident that he is the man for the job.
Yeah, and you've already had your say with that. You don't even think Pochettino would be a good choice for Wolves at this point. But as I said, I think Lopetegui, I've seen what he can do with a small team. So if he goes to Wolves, I think the feel-good factor will be there. That's from the fans. They know that his teams notoriously score goals, not this season, but in previous seasons, his teams usually score goals, at least 2 a game. Not statistically, but from what I've seen, at least 2 a game. So maybe Lopetegui will find a job out there. Soon there are going to be many openings before the World Cup. So, it's going to be hectic. It's going to be really, really hectic. And just the final thing from one young star to an older star, Leo Messi scored today for PSG. Couldn't prevent them from drawing with Benfica 1-0 though. The question does lie. Can you actually buy a championship?
Can I buy a championship?
Can you buy a championship? PSG have went out. They've given Messi a lot of money. They've given Mbappe a lot of money. They've bought Ramos, Vitinha, Nuno Mendes, Renato Sanchez, Hugo Ekitike, all of those players, but can't beat Benfica. That's where the question does come down to: can you buy the championship, the Champions League? Real Madrid, see how they're developed from the younger, and that's instilled in them for the future. Same with Barcelona when MSN was together. Same with Bayern Munich. But for PSG, they're looking to splash the cash and get the best of the best type of players. And right now, buying the Champions League is not effective as buying League One.
I think you're right in that regard, to be fair, because it shows that money indeed can't buy everything in the world. It can surely buy the amazing players, but the amazing players doesn't necessarily mean that you will win the leagues, that you win the Champions League. City is a prime example of that, as you said, because they have all the talent in the world, but still haven't done it. So I think you're right in saying that we can't buy a championship. And that's the way it should be, if you ask me. Because if teams could just get and buy a championship, then you'd see Newcastle winning the Champions League 2-3 seasons from now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You have to actually be instilling this in. I remember when Vinicius just came to Real Madrid, and I was like, "Oh, he's crap. He does not deserve to cost the amount that Real Madrid paid for him." And in 2 years, he's been one of the best players in world football altogether. Rodrigo, just the same. Militao, just the same. They came there with high price tags, high hopes. They didn't perform in season 1, but they were cultured. They were nurtured by Sergio Ramos and Florentino Perez and Casemiro to know about the winning structure and style of Real Madrid. And that just made everything better with how they were brought up into the first team, the seamless transition, as we even see with Fede Valverde, as we keep mentioning, one of the arguably the best player Real Madrid have in the midfield.
Yeah, I think you're spot on with saying that, to be honest. The way they've nurtured and cultivated them is just the way how Real Madrid operates. We've seen it in the past, we've seen it in the present, and we'll most certainly see it in the future, but I can't see it any other way. That is just the Real Madrid way.
Yeah, man. Just one question before we do enter the Savage Slaughterhouse. United got stuffed 6-3 from Manchester City. They will play Ammonia on Thursday. Quick predictions on that game.
I think we bounce back and we come back from that defeat and probably secure ourselves a 2-0 win. Anthony probably getting on the score sheet once, Sancho once. right? So assists.
Alright, we'll be right back. Go.
Welcome back, you savages, to the Easy Sports Transfer Roundup, where we look at the latest in transfer news from all top leagues in Europe, as well as outside, just because we're love. To say that this may have been one of the biggest falls from grace in world football that we've ever seen may be an understatement. One of the all-time greats, one of the players that easily, when you're talking about the best in the world, he has to be in that conversation. And the man, of course, I'm referring to is Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro, the Portuguese and the Manchester United superstar, has been told that he can leave Manchester United in January or in the summer if any reasonable deals are put forward on the table. Now, the thing that I'm seeing here, the thing that I want to understand is, right, just last transfer window, they were absolutely trying to convince him to stay. Ronaldo stay. The fans were begging and pleading for him to stay. He stayed. He barely gets 2 starts, right? He only has 1 goal in 8 or 9 appearances for the club.
Those are off the bench.
And he's not performing at all in Portugal. Right, what I want to know is, right, hey, do you think that Ronaldo can still sustain a move to one of Europe's top teams? Right, if so, do you believe he can go to? And B, do you think that Ronaldo is past his best? Do you think that Ronaldo can ever produce what he produced last season ever again? And do you think because of his poor form that will affect Portugal's World Cup chances as well? Passing the mic over to you, Jackson.
Okay. Alright, so firstly, in Erik ten Hag's press conference earlier this morning, he rubbished the claims about him leaving. However, Ronaldo will still be looking to possibly engineer a move. Napoli have always held a firm interest. They've always been the team that was most likely. You see Napoli, how they're performing in the Champions League. Now, if they add Ronaldo to that, then they're definite winners. He's looking to really perform at the World Cup, bring his stock back up. Can he do it? Well, at 38, I think age is finally catching up to him. Father time looks like he's finally going to win this one. To the first question, you did ask if
I think that one of you that he can get a move, and if he does,
yeah,
will it be to one of Europe's top teams?
Yeah, I think he can still engineer his move. I think Ten Hag will be giving him chances. Europa League, I don't want to say for a fact, but he will be involved against Everton as well at the weekend. So we're going to see more of Ronaldo. Hopefully he can get some open play goals, boost his confidence, boost the team's confidence. Because, I mean, when you have a team full of fans, you know, when he's doing the celebration, you see Sancho and Delors and Anthony winding him up. When you have a team full of fans, you're going to want, as long as you score, they're going to feel happy. They're going to feel great. So hopefully he can get some goals. But to engineer a move, I think that could still be an option if they buy out his contract in January. If not, he'll stay until the summer, leave on a free or sign an extension. But for now, Ronaldo is, as Erik ten Hag keeps saying, firmly in his plans and is going nowhere.
Okay, thank you for that. An interesting point you brought up was about a team of fans, and I just want to draw the comparison to Lionel Messi's Argentina. We've seen where the players are willing to fight for him, where the players celebrate for him, where the players play for him. And I think that is essential